Grade 1 Malibu Stakes is the traditional opening day headliner at Santa Anita, and it is on Monday as well. It's race number 10, 7 furlongs for 3-year-olds on the main track, and the Malibu is a race. First of all, let's just say this. Taba is going to be a short price, and we'll talk about the whole field in a minute. His odds would have been a little bit higher had Slow Down Andy entered the race. Slow Down Andy was expected to be Taba's main competition, but Slow Down Andy came up with a sore shin after galloping in last week, and he did not enter the race. So we're left with Taba as a short price. Now, short prices in the Malibu have been extremely successful since Santa Anita returned to dirt in 2010. In fact, let's take a look at the chalk-friendly prices of the Malibu winners since then. 9 of the last 12 winners of the Malibu were the first or second favorites. Only Charlatan, Mind Your Biscuits, and Twirling Candy were second favorites. Otherwise, it's all a bunch of favorites. Flightline last year at 280. Charlatan, second choice. Omaha Beach at 280. Mackenzie at 440. I mean, you talk about a race that is run to form, a predictable race to handicap, and unlike the La Brea, the filly equivalent of the Malibu, this race, the Malibu, open to both genders, typically colts and geldings. Favorites tend to dominate this race. So I guess what I'm saying is this. If you're considering Taba as a potential single, I wouldn't talk you off of that. But we're going to talk about a couple other contenders in the Malibu. That's a look at how chalk-friendly this race is. Favorites, 6 for the last 12. 1-2 favorites, 9 of the last 12. Taba might add to that total, or he might not. Let's take a look at the field for the Malibu. It's a field of 9 going 7 furlongs. It's race number 10, the penultimate race, the 5th graded stakes race on the card. We only have one more race after that. It's the Grade 1 American Oaks. But the Malibu is race number 10, and Taba number 6 is going to be heavily favored. Speedster Forbidden Kingdom down on the rail has a look. So does Keeneland Shipper Nakatomi. And the other ones, you have to kind of reach a little bit. Messier, I don't see him. He bled last time out. Okay, let's first talk about the most important horse in the race. I say that often, knowing that the most important horse in the race is not necessarily the most likely winner. But to me, the most important horse in any race is the horse that's expected to set the pace, because he or she dictates the tempo. He dictates how quickly the race will unfold. And there's no doubt that number 1, Forbidden Kingdom, has only one option from the inside post. He's fast anyway. From the rail, he has to go. So does Forbidden Kingdom have a chance to win this race? Yeah, you're darn right he does. He's a 2-time graded stakes winner at Santa Anita. He won the San Vicente in spring. He won the San Felipe, going 2 turns in spring. And his most recent start, I know he lost. He finished 3rd as the 8-5 favorite in an allowance race at Del Mar. But Forbidden Kingdom ran super in defeat. Let's take a look at the stretch run of Forbidden Kingdom's most recent start. That's him down on the inside. He's being hounded through a 21-3, 44-4 half, and he just fought back, but he could not hold off. That's Ginobili to his outside. That's Get Her Number, wearing them both down in a fast, highly rated race. Ginobili, the runner-up, is a graded stakes winner. Get Her Number came out of that allowance race to finish second by a head, maybe a neck, in the Grade 1 Cigar Mile back in New York. So the point is this. Forbidden Kingdom ran well against 2 good older horses, and you could potentially say that he's dropping in class from an allowance race against older into a Grade 1 for 3-year-olds. You could say that. I'm not going to, because there's a very good horse that he'll have to beat. But Forbidden Kingdom is fast. And I know he's lost his last 3 starts as the favorite, but he ran super last time out. 2 starts back, he had a loose shoe that was bugging him during the course of the race. 3 starts back, he was the surprising even money favorite in the Santa Anita Derby. He can't go 2 turns, or he can't go a mile and 1/8 in spring against good horses, Forbidden Kingdom. But Forbidden Kingdom is fast. He's expected to gun for the lead from the inside post. He doesn't have any options, and he'll take this field as far as he can. I don't like him to win the race. He is my third preference. I respect his speed, and he will be up there on the lead. Okay, another horse shipping in, or a horse shipping in. There's actually a couple shippers in here. Dallas Stewart has a pair, but the Wesley Ward trained number 4 Nakatomi is very, very good. I don't know if he's, quote, classy enough to win the Malibu, but his most recent start was outstanding. It was at Keeneland, and we're going to take a look at the stretch run of Nakatomi winning the allowance race at Keeneland. This was only his third start of the year. He opens up in mid-stretch. He holds by 3/4 over Endorsed. Endorsed is a pretty good horse, and Nakatomi won for the 4th time in 8 starts. It was only his 3rd start of the season, so clearly trainer Wesley Ward has been dealing with some issues, but this was a good solid win by Nakatomi, and I got a chance to watch him work last Monday morning at Santa Anita. This is a good moving horse. He worked well over the Santa Anita track, and he's taken a big jump up in class from allowance into a grade 1, and it's never easy to ship from the East or Midwest into a dirt race in California and be successful. Nakatomi is a good horse. He has tactical speed. He should get a good trip, sitting right behind Forbidden Kingdom and or Straight No Chaser. And if he runs like he trained on the main track last Monday, Nakatomi will give a very good account of himself. But the horse to beat is the likely favorite, and that's Taba. And you know what? You could make an argument that Taba is the most probable winner on the entire card instead of I'm a Gambler in race number 1. But Taba's odds are going to be short. We showed you the chart earlier. Favorites do win this race a lot. I don't like to endorse short prices any more than I have to already. Sometimes you just can't avoid it, and you can't avoid it in this spot. Taba's just the best horse in the field. His breakout performance, by the way, Taba won his career debut, and we're going to watch the Santa Anita Derby in just a minute, but his breakout performance was in the Pennsylvania Derby in September. And let's take a look at the stretch run of the Pennsylvania Derby at Parks, and Taba making his first start since finishing 2nd in the Haskell. He blew away a pretty good field. The 2-3 finishers in the Pennsylvania Derby were graded winners, grade 1 winners, Zandon and Cyberknife, and Taba made them look silly. This was the 2nd grade 1 win for Taba this year. His first grade 1 was in the Santa Anita Derby in his 2nd career start. Who stretches out to the Santa Anita Derby off a maiden debut sprint win and wins the Santa Anita Derby by more than 2 lengths? Well, Taba does. This is exactly what he did. He ran past Messier. Messier, by the way, is in the Malibu Stakes, and he won clear. Unbelievable performance by a second-time starter with only a single sprint prep under his belt. They threw Taba to the wolves in the Kentucky Derby. He had no chance in a 20-horse field off of 2 starts in his career. He is an exceptional horse, however, Taba is, and he subsequently returned to form. He's a horse that did not like to be down inside. He can't stand the kickback, but he took kickback in the Pennsylvania Derby and he responded. That was kind of the light bulb type of performance for Taba. He took kickback, no big deal, and powered clear over a good field. That was in the Pennsylvania Derby. He subsequently finished 3rd in the Breeders' Cup Classic. That was the race that was dominated by Flightline. Olympiad came along and finished 2nd. Taba ran well in defeat. He finished 3rd. He shortens up from 1.25 miles to 7 furlongs. No problem. He's often a lazy workhorse in the morning, but he worked in company last Monday actually, with La Brea Contender Under the Stars, and they went a bullet in 59 and change. For Taba to work a bullet, that's unheard of. They went head and head. He went head and head down on the inside with Under the Stars, worked fast, galloped out well. Taba is ready for a smasher. This would be his 3rd grade 1 victory of the year if he does win the Malibu. I'm talking about Taba. And you could make an argument that he is deserving of the Eclipse Award as champion outstanding 3-year-old against Epicenter. Maybe Modern Games is worth a glance as well. But this would be the 3rd grade 1 victory for Taba should he win the Malibu. I expect him to do just that. He has speed. He can finish. He's the best horse in the field running in a race that is extremely predictable. That's a long-winded way of saying I like the short price favorite, Taiba over Nakatomi, race 10, Monday at Santa Anita.